1, 2, 3. Oh, God, you had me. Okay, all right. Done. Yeah, that was good. Big time, guys. We've got a big time top 5 special today for you. The top 5 power tools that any homeowner needs. Big time, Rick, kick us off.
Well, our first selection is kind of 2, but they're sold as a combo often, and that's the way I recommend you go get them. These are M12, drill, and driver. Now we can see that these are Milwaukee, but really whatever small battery size power tool ecosystem you want to live in, but you would be amazed what you can do with these smaller batteries than the larger 18, 20 volt from some of those other brands. A lot of damage can be done around the house with just a small M12 in your hand, and they're a lot lighter. They're not as heavy, so you can really use them all day and get those pictures hung. What do you think?
The ergonomics is so good on these, and also just how much you can get them in there. And I'm constantly amazed how much power these things have. You're driving 3-inch deck screws with that guy.
Oh yeah.
You're drilling, I don't know, 1-inch paddle bit through a stud in here. It's really all the average homeowner needs, and you're going to be thanking yourself at the end of the day. Or if you want to hang a picture or do some light work, yeah,
they're easy to drag around, and they've got these cool little clips on them, so you can have them at the ready, right on your overalls, and then you're ready to go.
You want to draw on me? 1, 2, 3. Oh, God, you had me.
Done.
Okay, all right.
Done.
Yeah, that was good. All right.
All right, what's next?
Look, you got to be able to cut things, all kinds of things. There's a lot of different saws out there, but the Jigsaw is probably the most simple, quickest, kind of user-friendly saw that anybody makes. You can get them in that same M12 small battery platform. It's plenty of power. Look, we're talking about homeowner stuff. We're not talking about remodeling your house, right? You want to remodel your house? Yes, you need a circuit saw, miter saw, table saw, all that mess. We're talking about cutting a hole in a wall, knocking off a 2x4, maybe cutting a piece of PVC pipe, helping kids with projects. Yeah. They're relatively safe, and you still want to be careful with them, but for that 12 volt platform, you can't go wrong with these.
Yeah, you can still cut on angles. You can put this up against a fence. You can do a lot. I agree. I was surprised that you picked this up, but I agree with what you say.
How about the next thing on the table?
I'm ashamed to say that there was a time in my life where I did not own this next tool. Oscillating multi-tool, fine tool. It'll be called a lot of things, but this is incredible. You can get all sorts of attachments for cutting around trim and wood. You can get a little sanding pad for it. You can get a blade to knock out some drywall. It's so versatile. You can do almost anything with it. And so you find that attachment and you're off to the races doing whatever you need. I mean, it gets into those tight corners. You can cut around baseboards, cut out sockets and drywall. You really do a lot.
And I think what's really great about these is this is really, plunge cutting is where this goes good. So you want to put that outlet in your wall. You're going to plunge in the wall. You can cut that outlet out. You want to hang that 60-inch big time guy TV.
You put an outlet in there.
You put an outlet in there for that guy. We could have picked a sander, but this gets you a sander for the light sanding project you've got. A lot of different attachments for it. And there's no reason that this needs to be some big 18 volt, 24 volt heavy tool. The lighter this is, the more manipulative it is.
The smaller it is, the better.
That's what you want. So they're great. Look for ones that have quick change on them. I think is a really nice for the tool. But there's a lot of different attachments, a lot of different attachment types. But generally, all the manufacturers have kind of figured out how to work together. You won't be disappointed with this tool.
Not at all. Go get one and don't look back.
So we've talked about kind of traditional power tools, but there's some other tools that we think of that do take power, that take batteries, that we think no homeowner should be without because they enable these tools. And the first one I would say is the stud finder. The stud finder allows you to find that 2x4 hidden behind the drywall, kind of like X-ray vision, so you can figure out where to put the anchors for that 60-inch big time TV.
Now, Rufus, are you here to tell me that all houses don't have the same stud distance on center and that it might vary from room to room?
Yeah, sometimes the people framing the houses
take liberties.
If your house got framed on a Friday at 3 o'clock, sometimes your stud distance may vary.
Understood.
But you run this across the wall.
Does it work?
Well, we're going to find out.
Oh,
look at that. And it lights up right where the stud is. And
right
you can see we've got a good stud, a big-time stud here. And so this really allows you to find where that stud is. So if you want to put an outlet beside it and be able to cut around it or just know where it is, you got to have these. This was made by Franklin Sensors. I think these run about $40 to $50.
That's a pretty good deal.
This is literally the best one I've ever used. You can go down the aisle at your home improvement store. They make a ton of them. I can't recommend this Franklin Sensors one enough. It's really easy. It's got a level with it, and it's never let me down. And I don't know what they're doing in here. I don't know how they find the stud.
It's science.
Yeah, science.
But you're right. A lot of them are garbage.
A lot of them are garbage. This one is not. Franklin Sensors Stud Finder, highly big-time guy recommendation. Okay, we found the stud, but maybe we want to do some electrical work, which is a little scary for a lot of people because you do electrical work wrong, you end up
getting zapped.
You end up getting zapped, and you might end up getting have to get some electrical work done on you. Little shock, right?
So what you got there?
So the first thing that I'm going to show is just your kind of voltage sensor, and this little guy, you can stick it in an outlet to see if the outlet still has power running to it. Or you can stick it on a switch to see if there's still power running there. And so if you want to say, hey, I'm going to replace a light switch, or I'm going to replace an outlet, I want to put a new USB outlets in my outlets, like this is really good to make sure that power is off before you start messing around.
It's a pretty good
with
tip.
that outlet. I just like to triple check. You may have your breakers labeled. Do you have your breakers labeled?
Absolutely.
Okay. Not all big time guys might have their breakers labeled.
So you don't maybe.
Well, maybe not.
Oh, it's guess and check for you. Okay.
I do a little guess and check. This is really good to help guess and check there. And I love to just carry this around if I'm close to having an issue, or if I'm pretty sure my big time partner has turned if you were to go turn it off, I just triple check that it's off with this guy.
Yeah, you might discount double check that.
The kind of improvement on this is a full out voltmeter. Either one of these will work. This is definitely the cheaper option.
That might be a little too much for some people.
This might be a little too much for some people. It's got a few more features. Great tool, but either way, you need one thing to check the power situation in the house. And so, if you don't know how to use this, then maybe your electrical installation you should call a professional.
Call somebody else.
Call somebody else. But either way, these things will help keep you safe when you're working around electricity in your house. I think this is a really good set here for a homeowner. And what I like about it is you look at Father's Day, you look at around Thanksgiving.
Yep.
You look at Labor Day.
You shop the sales, you can really get this for a deal.
You can get all this for a deal with the sales. I bet you could do this whole table for under $200 if you could find the deals. And I think we like Milwaukee, but we don't care what the tool brand is, but we would recommend you getting the same batteries so that you can just switch things out because, maybe you want to go a little bit further. Maybe you're going to go and get that grease gun or that ratchet, and so you start your platform with your batteries, you'll be good to go.
I think this is perfect. No notes. This is great. I think every homeowner should start. Anybody who aspires to do some DIY work should start with this.
Big time guys, thanks for sticking with us. Let us know which ones of these things that you need or you have in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much.